So college starts in 3 days, and instead of using that time to be productive and, go over my syllabus, look over my classes, figure out where they are on campus, I decided wouldn't it be funny if I made a philosophy video with Minecraft? Yeah, big brain, I know. Originally, the background of this video is supposed to be parkour, but I've actually never done that before, and I discovered I am very, very bad at it. I hate fences, I hate fences, I hate fences, I hate fences, I hate fences. Fences can go, die, suck. And then I thought maybe it'd be cool to do like some PvP in the background, but I'm bad at that as well. And then I realized I was stalling. So instead, I'm gonna be walking around a lush cave. Hope it's entertaining enough while I talk. But my main point is that I believe it is impossible for anyone to be worthless. Why? Because I said so. No, I'm playing it. So I have 3 main reasons. I had actually more reasons, but I sort of bunched them together and condensed it so it made more sense and it didn't take like 50 years to make the video. Number 1. Also, for the purpose of this example, for something to be worthless, it has to have no value in the past, present, or future. So with that in mind, try listing some things that are worthless, and they have to follow that criteria. And you're not going to find anything. Everything at some point had worth. Like trash, it was worth before, it became trash. Waste product, you had energy when you ate it. Old clothes, all that. It had purpose at some point in its existence. And I know this is not people. We'll get on to people in a second. And yeah, you could take it too far and be like, Carrie, what about diseases? What about nuclear waste? What about shh? First of all, I just brought up objects so you have a clear idea what my first point is. And second, diseases technically do have a worth only to themselves. To everyone else, they're just little. And third, they are looking into ways to recycle nuclear waste, so shh. So this same principle applies to humans as well. Even like the most scumbag, wasteful jerk had at one point some worth. He probably did something good, fed a stray cat, was nice to a grandma, I don't know, something. Also, disclaimer, just because someone has worth, that doesn't mean that justifies evil and harmful actions. Use your brain cells, guys, you're not idiots. This is just me explaining how no one is worthless. Don't use this to justify war crimes, you plebs. Okay, on to reason 2. If for some reason the first point isn't enough proof for you, I understand, but don't worry, I plan on making this argument completely spotless, and I'm going to do it without any sources because screw those. I start college in 3 days, and I'm going to be in a purgatory filled with sources and fact-checking anyway. Don't ask that of me in my final days of peace, man. Just trust me. The next video will probably be like, hey, so I dropped out of half my classes. Point 2 can be split into 2 subcategories, direct interaction gain and indirect gain. The first one, I just made both of those phrases up, by the way. This is not some technical term, but it sounded good, so I'm rolling with it. Through a direct interaction with someone, you will gain something in the end of that interaction. And by that logic, that person had worth because you got something out of it. If someone is kind to you, you've gained their kindness and probably got a mood boost. And if they're mean, angry, callous, study their mannerism, how they walk, how they talk and act, and use that knowledge to your advantage. If you know how to push their buttons, you also know when not to press them. Human interaction is something that's been studied for so long, so every little one-up you can get with that, take it. I'm not saying put yourself in scenarios that are harmful to you just so you can learn. No, that is very stupid. Don't do that. But if you're in a scenario where you can't get away from the person being a jerk, try to gain something from it. You will. The second part of point 2, indirect gain. If you only use the first part of this argument, you can justify calling people that you never interacted with worthless, which, no, wrong, incorrect. Thanks to the butterfly effect, anyone could have an effect in your life. Someone is nice to your boss, and then your boss gives you a raise because he's in a good mood. See? Basic example, but you get the point. And reason 3, my final point. And I think the most important point anyway, so just pay attention. In case you haven't noticed, the first 2 reasons I listed are sort of greedy and selfish. After all, each relied on you deciding the worth of that other person, which is a scam. We're going to get sort of meta here, so stay calm. But here's the final point. If the first 2 meant nothing to you, which, let's be honest, this one won't mean anything to you either because you're stuck in your ways, cringe, then this one is indisputable, and it's this. Humans have inherent worth. Humans have inherent worth. Ta-da! We don't exist to have our worth determined by the whims of others. That doesn't make sense! And if you're wondering, well, who said that? Who gets to make that rule? Humans, you idiot! We make the rules. Who else? Why are you so stubborn as to find a reason to declare that others are worthless to you? You know what other rules we've decided? Murder is bad. It's not like it's written in the stars not to kill people. We just all sat down and decided, maybe we shouldn't kill other people. And generally, that is accepted. Most people agree with that. Of course, not everyone. Murder still happens. But there's nothing stopping us from saying everyone has equal worth as well. Oh, you might say, but if they had to improve themselves in the past to prove their worth, then why don't we get to change the rules now? Then why do we get to change the rules now? Sorry. The general point of our existence is to improve our ways and correct errors. And just because they did things a certain way in the past doesn't mean we should carry over that to the present, nor does it make it right to. And if you're still stubborn and think that everyone should justify their existence to deserve proper treatment, no. Shut up. Prove worth through physical means? What about those who are disabled, low energy, young, old? They can't prove it. They're just physically not able to. Okay, so what about mental means, through their mind? No again. Same point. Mental disabilities, hardships distracting you, not feeling up to it, old, young, all of those aren't able to prove their worth to you if we go by that criteria. Also, heads up, if you do think that people who can't prove their worth through these means are, worthless and or less worthy than the general population, you're supporting eugenics. Don't do that. Don't. Oh, and by the way, they shouldn't have to. That's wrong. People don't exist to be judged by some arbitrary criteria that will inevitably change every 100 years. Do you have any idea how stupid that looks on paper? Lads, homies, plebs alike, we are all little specks floating in the void, but unlike 99% of the other specks, we are aware. We are the universe in the universe. We can study itself. We study ourselves. I'm already making this argument in a Minecraft video, so I might as well dig the grave deeper. But to quote the end poem in that game, and the universe said, you are the universe tasting itself, talking to itself, reading its own code. So bruh, why make it harder on ourselves? You should never have to justify your own existence to prove your worth. I'm not going to pretend that this video is going to change anything. I'm just a random YouTuber saying my own opinion, one of millions at this point, but I also don't care. I want to say it, so I will. I can. Nothing can stop me. Overlord's gonna come and tackle me. It's like, bro, I know jujitsu. I will beat you. I guess I'm a YouTuber now, so I get to say this. Please consider subscribing if you think this is mildly entertaining or just want to support me and don't think it's entertaining at all. Both options are okay. I don't care. I know I'm just starting out, so I'm rambling just a little bit. But again, please subscribe. It doesn't hurt, and I am like very, very close to 100. So please, thank you. If you didn't pay attention to this entire video and you are somehow tuning back in the last 30 seconds, here's all you need to take away. No one is worthless. You are not worthless. You are not defined by what you can give and by what you can do. That is a cringe scam made to exploit people. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Right now I gotta go study. I literally have to go look over my syllabus. I'm so behind.